The third thing in this section is absolute value inequalities. Now, the reason that these are grouped with compound inequalities is because when you solve an absolute value, you get two answers. Well, when you make an absolute value inequality with two answers, that automatically makes it compound. You're going to get two answers, so you're going to put two answers on a number line, and you're going to shade it because it's an inequality. So let's take a look at that. First up, we have 6h, the absolute value of 6h is less than 12. So just like a normal inequality, you're going to split this into its two parts. So the first one, you always just drop the inequality symbols and write it exactly how you see it. The second one, you're going to write it the same way, but this time instead of a positive 12, it's going to be a negative 12, and because you made that 12 negative, you're going to flip that inequality symbol around. Now, you just solve both of these. On the first one, we divide by 6, and we get h is less than, and then 12 divided by 6 would be 2. So there's your first answer, h is less than 2. On the second one, you divide by 6, but this time it's dividing a negative 12, so you get h is greater than negative 2. So there's your two answers. Again, you put these on a number line. Negative 2 on the left because it's smaller with the circle. 2 on the right with the circle. And the 2 is shading to the left. The negative 2 shading to the right. So that would make it an and problem. So the little shortcut, though, is at the beginning of an absolute value inequality, if you look at the inequality symbol, if it's less than, it'll be an and problem. If it's greater than, kind of like the next one we're about to do, it's going to end up being an or problem. So let's go on and go to the second one. On 18, like I said, because it's greater than, we know it's going to be an or problem. But let's go on and work it out and see what happens. So on the first one, it's going to be 3x minus 4 is greater than 10. Again, just get rid of the absolute values, write it the way it looks. The second one, you're going to flip that symbol around and make it a negative 10. Now just solve both of those. I'm going to add 4. I get 3x is greater than 14. And then I divide by 3. I get x is greater than, and then 14 divided by 3. It comes out as a repeating decimal, so that comes out to be 4.6 repeating. So we turn it back into a fraction, which is 14 over 3. Okay, then on the other side, we're going to add 4. But this time, it's going to be negative 10 plus 4, which is going to give us a negative 6. Then once we divide by 3, we're going to get x is less than negative 2. So when we put this on a number line, negative 2 is going to be on the left with a circle. And then 14 over 3, like I said a minute ago, is the same thing as 4.6. So that's going to go on the right. It's also going to get a circle, and it's going to shade to the outsides. And so that's how you do absolute value inequalities. And the last thing in this section that we're going to look at next is word problems.